right, welcome everyone. I have an absolutely amazing banger of a project to teach you about today. And not only is it a product that we're talking about doing, this product is actually created. It's called Edge Video. They're launching their project in a week. But the more important part is it's very unique and it's something that I've never seen before in our industry. And not only is it that, it's something that adds value to something that you already do every week, which is watch TV, and it lets you shop while you do that, but not just shop on anything, shop on what actually is on the television and a lot more like quizzes, etc. So I brought Joe Ward on today to talk to you guys a little bit about what this product is, when it's launching, and how it has a financial model built into it that actually benefits someone who thinks about a token and goes, how is this ever going to be utilized, or how is it going to hold its value, right? Or how is it going to gain value over time? And I think this is one of the products that I've seen after thousands of people meeting with me that someone actually showed me something and I was like very, very impressed. And it's been a long time since I've had that. So I'm really, really excited. Not saying the other products are bad. It's just something very unique and very new. So Joe, great to have you on the show today. It would be awesome for you kind of just to give a short introduction and then kind of tell me the idea of why you even, created this technology and, what you're trying to actually achieve with it.
Yeah, thanks, Coach. I really appreciate that. So Joe, I'm originally from Sydney, Australia. I moved to the Bay Area for 12 years, and now I live in the Netherlands in Europe. So we're building something really stunning, I think. So, the concept of being able to interact with the stream using AI as the interface between you and it. So it can look at the stream and tell you, what's going on, can present you with, interactive options. That's really the big dream here. And so, basically bringing the TV back to life in an interactive way.
Yeah, and I mean, how many people, on average, you said, hold their phone while they watch television right now?
Yeah, so there was a report from LG earlier this year, and it said 71% of people have their phone in their hand while they're watching TV. And so if you think about it from your own point of view, how many times you sit there when you're watching TV, you got your phone in your hand, it comes up with notifications, comes up with this, but it's a habit and it's a trusted device. So, yep. For the TV channel, it's currently a liability because 71% of people are actually doing something else.
Yep.
Whereas we turn it into an asset by being able to connect it via the Edge Video AI.
Yeah, and so I guess like you where did you get this idea? It's something that, I mean, I've heard people say they might do it. I love the integration of AI because it's just going to continue getting better. But where was like that point where you were like, okay, I'm watching TV, have my phone in my hand. What was like the spark for you to go, we should integrate AI and put it on our phone and link it to the TV and show people all the stuff that's being worn by the characters or in the background or all this kind of amazing stuff. I could see a million integrations of why this would work, but kind of think, I want to know how you actually came up with this idea because it's super unique.
Yeah, it is. And so it didn't start exactly like this. We started with the name Edge Video comes from a deal that we did with Boeing back in San Francisco Bay Area in 2015 to spin out the Edge computing IP. And so we started working on streaming and we started working on being able to look at video in real time and present it with real time data so that the two would work together. We always worked with push, so we never did refresh. So push was an important part of the architecture. And then over time, we started working with AI. We're doing facial recognition back in 2019 in real time. So we had 350,000 personalities. It recognized them and show you their Twitter profiles in real time. You can click on them and follow them. So we've been doing AI for a while, but it was really the next move into Web3 that really got us to a next level where we started doing a lot of watch to earn. And so we were doing real-time watch to earn and we were paying people in real time. But then it continued to evolve. Then we started looking at the phone as a second screen. It's originally as an anti-bot mechanism to say, look, if someone scans a QR code, they've got their phone in their hand. So that's a real person because we had a lot of bots hitting us trying to get their rewards. And they were getting the rewards. And so, and also people were not turning the TV off. So, they'd be watching to earn and they just leave it on all day. And so our TV streams went from hardly anybody watching to people just leaving it on all day. So in the middle ground, there was the phone. And then, so we were already doing AI. We already had a real-time architecture. We already had the QR code link and the phone. And then so in 2023, OpenAI came out and said, here's ChatGPT. And then they gave access to the back end. And then it's like you said before, as the AI gets better, we're getting better. And so like up until a week and a half ago, our recognition was good, but it wasn't stunning, right? Like it wasn't like, hey, look at that little product in the corner there. Like the other day I was watching it and it was like, oh, there's a JBL speaker there and comes up on your phone, you can buy it. And so an AI improvement came out on a Saturday, we automatically got better we almost didn't have to do anything. It was flick of the switch literally by just making a couple of changes. It was actually in the billing back end, there was nothing else. And then it just got better. And so as the world gets better, the AI gets better, the user experience is getting better. So, by the time that we've had the token launch and, we've been out there for a couple of months, there'll be even more improvements. So it's just like you said, it will keep evolving. But the whole original premise of this was have real-time data fused together with streaming video and see what we can do with it. And we've evolved the technology stack in a robust way over that last 5 years.
It's amazing. So maybe we've talked about it, but maybe we could show what you've done. Because, a lot of people tell you what they're going to do. You've already built it. It's ready to go. I've seen it. It's awesome. It's so different. It's something very unique. Maybe you could share your screen, show everybody what you're talking about in terms of watching TV. Maybe you can just give a quick overview of what's happening here, what channel this is, what's the shop and win side of the corner, what are the benefits of people, watching with this integration versus watching normal TV.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a Dutch TV program. They just gave us a feed. They just email us a HLS feed, it's HTTP, but it's HLS. They send that to us. We load it into our back end. And so on the bottom left there, you'll see the QR code that you mentioned before, and then you'll see a banner. And that banner that actually just popped up while we were talking. Mm-hmm. So that's our entry point for the user to interact with the stream. So what I'll do now is, and you can do it with me, Coach. So if you scan that QR code, it'd be interesting to see just your reaction to the content and to the experience as you do it. So here I've scanned the QR code now. What I can now see is I'm actually looking at the stream itself, and I'm looking at the products that are being matched with the scenes in the stream. So here's a men's blazer. So you can see here that guy's wearing the blue blazer there. And so now what I've done is I'm actually looking at that, and I'm going to click on it, and there it is. For €50.99, I can buy that blazer straight out of the stream. And it keeps going. And so one thing that you'll notice about the system is it's real time. So I can look at these products and flip over the tile and say, what was it that actually occurred in that stream to be able to look at that product. And so here, for example, I can see one here is it says the men's blue blazer, single-breasted, man on the right is wearing the blue blazer. Okay, cool. There's a women's sweater. Okay, so where did the women's sweater come from? Okay, so that was just in the previous scene. The woman is wearing a black and white patterned top under the white jacket. So there, if I click on that, I can buy the nearest matching product to that top, and that's €24.99. And in addition, so down the bottom here, it's actually generating games for me in real time. So these are generating games in Dutch. So obviously the great thing is about AI is we don't have to worry about that stuff because it just works. It has a leaderboard there on the right. There's the games in the middle.
So the things that you can see obviously are shopping. So you'll see all the items that are live right now. Now, if you're someone watching the show, if you scan the code, the thing that you're going to see is that it's not going to be whatever we're seeing right now because this is live. So imagine you're watching a fashion show or a TV show where there's really, really nice shirts and bras and whatever, dresses and whatever you see and you want to buy those things. You'll be able to actually literally live see what you you want to buy that, and you'll be able to buy that right on your phone. Like mine right now has this there. And so the cool thing about that is imagine watching sports being like, oh, no, I wish I had a Ronaldo jersey or whatever. And you could literally be watching the game and it'll be like, oh, here's Ronaldo's jersey. Here you go. Boom. You can go buy it. Or here's a game that you can play right now. Or here's trivia. What age is Ronaldo? Or, how many years has this team existed? And you start getting points for that. And those points then transfer into tokens, right? So the opportunity there is that now you're taking TV and you're making it interactive. Like I've seen Netflix do this where they had the show and you get to choose which way you go and stuff. And they do movies like that where there's multiple endings and things like that. That was really cool. But this kind of makes live TV similar to that where you're interacting. So your attention, which now this is the age of attention, will be there for longer than if you just watch the show by itself. It adds value to TV, and the TV stations will make more money because you're basically telling them, hey, give us this feed. We'll literally put this in the corner. We'll give away money every month to users by basically participating. And then on top of all of that, all they're going to have to do is just basically sit back, and if people buy products, you're going to give them a little bit of the profit share, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So that's what I'm really excited about too, is that the integration between the shopping and the token itself. And so when you look at this, you can say, well, how does the token help me? Well, firstly, that banner that comes up on the screen that says, hey, $5,000 or €5,000 in prizes, which it just came up here now, that's the integration, right? Which is, hang on a second, I want to get prizes, right? I want to to get rewards. So a scanner, and so therefore points then build up and you can convert those into tokens. But then what we're doing is those tokens that you saw come up on the screen, they didn't even pay for those yet. So we've lent them to the streaming company. They've put them up. What happens is that we're generating revenue from the transactions, and it's really significant revenue. And so what we do is we say, hey, look, we lent you $5,000 worth of tokens. We need to deduct that from your transaction revenue this month. And so then we can buy the tokens back and help drive demand and buy pressure for the tokens in a scalable way. And so you've got these hooks, right? And so that's one hook. Another one is the rewards. So as you're building the tokens, so it says here instant 250 points, where you get 100 points every day for checking in. So it's really building up into a real network effect for the token and for the broadcaster. So the broadcaster is getting new revenue, right? And they're wanting to buy more tokens because as people are watching longer and playing more quizzes, well, they get in the leaderboard and they can present the leaderboard on TV. And so the leaderboard then drives recognition, which increases their ad revenue. And from an adoption point of view, it's like you mentioned before, it's quick and simple to put a QR code on the stream. They can even put a full screen QR code in the ad break, so it's really big. You can just sit back in your armchair and watch it. They're increasing their existing revenue for free, except for the tokens that are bought, but we're only deducting that from the new revenue that we're generating. And so we're bringing in functionality and revenue that doesn't exist today. So that means there's no contracts to change. So they can literally just add us in and go.
Yeah. When we talk about token utility, there's a lot here, right? And the main part is that there's a financial model behind it. And like everyone knows, I talk about tokenomics and I harp about them all the time. But reality is here. Number one, most projects don't have revenue or not enough to actually sustain a token price. Number two, they don't have like a business model that actually brings actual revenue in. And when they do, it's very small. But this is the potential to have billions of dollars of revenue over a longer period of time if people adopt it. And I don't see why they wouldn't. I think that like my wife, or I think of like my mom watching a TV show and they always say stuff like, oh, I really love her dress. And now you could literally be on your phone and be like, QR code, boom, oh, there's her dress. I could buy that dress. I like that 100%. Dress. Okay, let me buy it.
Yeah.
Right? And or you could watch Game of Thrones and like you're like, oh, but this happened in this episode, and ask you a question and you're literally doing trivia from like 3 episodes ago. And you're like, yeah, I got it right, haha. And then you have a leaderboard. It's kind of fun. So it makes it interact. It saves you time. It saves you energy. It could potentially make you money if you're a holder of the token, but also like it's going to make the TV like stations more money. So this is one of those projects where like it was really easy for me to be like, wow, this is amazing, because most people don't have a business and they don't have a way to actually drive revenue into the token over time from the success of the token and the utility of the actual platform. So you guys are having a token sale, and that's coming up really soon. On the 11th of June, you're going to have a token public sale. Which platforms are you doing that on? And you know, how do people be involved in the early stages of the company?
Yeah, so the public side of it is actually going out a bit sooner. The token sale is on Finceptor. It's actually exclusive for KOLs and the public, and they've done a huge marketing push. A lot of really influential KOLs have come on board. And then on the 11th of June is Gate.io, so major exchange, top 10 exchange will be listing the FAST token. The Finceptor round finishes on June 6th, and the guaranteed round starts on June 7th, and the first come first serve round starts on June 8th. So our website is edgevideo.ai. Our socials, so Twitter is edgevideo.ai, and on there you can see the links to Telegram. On the website itself, you can actually scan the QR code on the Grappling Network, which is the American Jiu-Jitsu channel, and you can actually game there. You can get on the leaderboard. You can earn points now if you want to get on. There's plenty of activity there right now, so go get some points that will convert into fast tokens. Make sure that you check in every day, so get your 100 points. So really participate there. As we announce channels, that will be live on our Twitter feed and on our Telegram announcements channel.
Joe, thank you so much for your time today, and I'm really excited to share this to the community.